Hi, how you doing? It's Russell James. I've just got back from some travelling, and it's just after lunchtime. So I thought I'd make this quick video for you. Just come back and been travelling with my video guy behind the camera there, Dan. So we thought we'd take the opportunity to make this quick video for you and show you what I do when I haven't really got any food pre-made and I'm hungry and it's lunchtime and I want to eat raw. So we're going to go down to my local co-op, Wheatsville, and pick up some produce. And before I go, I've got these cashews and some sunflower seeds soaking. So, you know, they're not going to get their. I don't actually know what I'm going to make yet, but they're not going to get their normal kind of. I usually soak sunflower seeds for 4 hours, and cashews I usually only soak for 20 minutes, 30 minutes anyway, because they're so absorbent. They're going to soak up that water, but I don't know about you, but in the past I have thought, well, if I can't soak the sunflower seeds for 4 hours, then it's not worth it. I'm not going to bother. So now I just do the best I can in whatever situation I'm in. You know, I want to come back and you know, and eat some raw food and feel energized and get rid of any kind of possible jet lag. We just had a domestic flight and I haven't been traveling that long, but it always takes it out of you. So I think it's really nice to eat clean and eat in a way that really supports you if you've been traveling. So got those nuts and seeds soaking there. Not sure what I'm going to do with them, but we've got also here, and I didn't just soak these. I've only been away for a couple of days, so before I was away we were working on some other stuff, and I was soaking some chipotle chilies and also some sun-dried tomatoes, which obviously I've had in the refrigerator, so they're still nice and fresh. They're still good. I'm going to leave these out for now because we're just going to pop down to the co-op. But you know, obviously if I was soaking these overnight, I'd put them back in the refrigerator, but we'll leave them like that for now, and we'll head out to the co-op, go and pick up some produce, and then come back and make something fantastic. My local co-op, Wheatsville, here in Austin, Texas. Let's go in and get some produce, make something special. Okay, so I'm really lucky here in Wheatsville that it's pretty much all organic. There's very little conventional stuff. So, you know, I want something for lunch. Let's start off with some greens. You know, kale is always a winner. Even if I don't have that for this meal, I can always make kale chips from it. You know, always going to be able to do something with kale. Then we've also got, I'm looking for something to kind of make like a mock rice maybe. So we've got cauliflower here we could use. I think I'm going to go down here and get some jicama. So we don't need much. I'm just going to get a couple of these small jicama. Just really looking for just things that I enjoy eating, you know, and might go well together. Get some of these little peppers and we can maybe make some poppers. Make like a cheesy mixture with those cashews that I soaked. Let's get a red pepper as well. We've got these nice organic USA peppers, and then you've got to love a grocery store. You can buy sunflower sprouts in bulk, and they're local as well, grown in Austin, Texas. So another good thing to have also is mushrooms, because they give that kind of that meaty, you know, meaty texture. And these are local and these are organic, so I think these may well be organic as well. If they're local, they may well be. You know, just maybe not certified, but you know, I know these are organic, so I'm going to go with these. Let's get some. What have we got here? Organic romaine lettuce. That is a romaine lettuce. Let's get some cilantro as well. A nice big bunch of cilantro. One of my favourite herbs. And then fruit, I might just actually get some organic blueberries just to eat whilst I'm making my food. You know, just because I'm hungry at the moment. That's going to stop me going for anything that I shouldn't or don't want to be eating. Now, I think that's kind of it at the moment. One of the good things about eating more food is that you spend most of your time, like 95% of your time, in the produce section. Now, I've got everything I need at home in terms of oil, in terms of, you know, I've already soaked a few nuts and seeds and all the herbs and spices I need. So I might just go and pick up a little chocolate treat for myself, and then we'll get this paid for and take it back to my kitchen. So I'm back in my kitchen now with my goodies from Wheatsville, and I think what we'll do first of all, we'll just strain these off. These ones I'm going to keep. I'm actually potentially even going to use the water, the soak water from the chipotle peppers and the what are they called? Sun-dried tomatoes. So we'll keep those, but we're not going to need the water from these. So let's strain these off. And so, you know, this video really is about showing you, hopefully, kind of a place that you are heading towards in terms of being able to make stuff without a recipe. And I haven't fully got in my head at the moment exactly what I want, what I want to make, but I've got an idea. And you know, something that's really comfortable for me to do is to do like a Mexican kind of spicy cumin, just cumin and cilantro, coriander, just couple of my favourite herbs and spices. So, you know, for this video, I'm not actually going to give you a recipe because it would involve me measuring out everything, and it would kind of be a counter of what I'm trying to show you in this one. So, you know, feel free as I'm doing this just to get a piece of paper and a pen and just make some notes on what I'm doing. But the first thing, if you remember, I bought these really nice organic portobello mushrooms. So I'm just going to take a couple of these. Alright, then I'm not going to bother cutting out the stalks or the fronds. I'm just going to do these in nice little slices, and one of the kind of the fail-safe things to do with mushrooms is to just marinate them quickly in some tamari and apple cider vinegar. And a bit of olive oil. So I'll just move that around with my hands, and they can just be sitting in this liquid whilst I'm doing other things. And you know, if we had extra time, we'd dehydrate these. Then I'll tell you what, let's use our sunflower seeds next, and we'll make a kind of spicy mixture with these. Then to that, we'll add some of our sun-dried tomatoes. I also happen to have some dates. Let's pick out some spices that go well with that. So cumin, paprika, we've got a bit of chili powder, we'll go for some spiciness, some cayenne pepper. Let's also do a coriander, go well, a little bit of onion powder, garlic. Just a little bit of cayenne pepper in there. Chili powder, I happen to know that this is not a hot chili powder, so put a decent amount of that in there. A bit of cumin. And we've got some paprika and some onion powder. I think it's been it's still in date, but it's been in there a little while maybe. A bit of garlic powder. You could use fresh garlic as well if you wanted to. And some coriander. Let's put a little bit of cilantro in there as well. And actually I think I've got some green onion, spring onion that I haven't used. Then we just peel off any bits here that aren't looking too great. Okay, just do a rough chop on those. Okay, so grind these up. Okay, it's grinding up quite nicely, but still a little bit dry. So I'm going to use, I could use the soak water from these tomatoes, or, which is what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the soak water from the chipotle chilies. A little bit of that soap water in there. It's going to help things break down a bit more. Okay, then I'm going to have a taste test. And it's going to need some salt, but that soap water from the chipotle chilies was a really good idea. You can really taste that smokiness. What we need is some salt in there. So all the time I'm doing this, I'm just thinking about, have I got all of my elements? Have I got a fat, have I got an acid, a salt and a sweet? So I've got my fat, I've got my acid now in the form of a lime, which is more traditional for these kind of ingredients. I'll tell you what, let's use my citrus press. Okay, so let's grind that up again. That's good. So to add a little bit of colour, I'm going to throw in some more of this green onion and cilantro. Okay, so it's looking pretty nice. We've got a nice kind of pate that we can put on top. So now I've got my workspace nice and clear again. We're going to do something with these jicama. Okay, let's chop them down like this. Alright, then we're going to cut these into reasonably even sized chunks. And I'm not necessarily going to call this parsnip, I'm not going to call it parsnip at all. I'm not going to necessarily call it jicama rice, but we're going to do that kind of thing with it. We're going to chop it down so it's rice-like. I've got some hemp seed that I'm going to add to the mix. And I just said parsnip there because you could also do this with parsnip. So let's pulse this up. Just shake things up a little bit, get things moving. Okay, it's looking pretty good. But very, very watery. So I'm can transfer this to my nut milk bag, or you could use a sieve. Okay, I'm going to squeeze this out. That's actually going to remove a lot of the starchiness from this jicama as well. So let's get this into a bowl. Just taking out any larger bits that didn't quite break down. You could reprocess those. Alright, so I'll take my cilantro, cut off the stems there. And if you don't like cilantro, you could just use parsley. Alright, so we'll put this in the bowl as well. And then also to that, I'm going to add some hemp seed. And obviously this is going to make enough for, you know, a snack later or tomorrow if we want that. Then we're going to need some salt in there as well for our acid. So the jicama is slightly sweet. The hemp seeds are fat, and we've got salt and sweet in there as well. I'm going to de-seed the tomato. We can use those seeds and the cilantro for juice. Would be great to have some more tomato to put in here, but this is, you know, it's what this kind of cooking preparation is all about, is just, you know, using what you've got. There you go, it just really brightens it up. Even just those few little bits of tomato in there. That's just a really quick and easy, fun little recipe. That's good stuff. Okay, I'm going to clear this down, and then we're going to do something with those jalapenos as well. So we're going to use our jalapenos now and do something with these. Oh, I forgot I've got those. It's one of the joys of just throwing a load of things in your basket when you're down at the grocery store. And I've still got my blueberries, which I haven't even eaten yet. So we've got those for later. This is all good news. Okay, so which way should I do this? I'm going to leave that on there, and I'm going to take a little spoon, just the tiniest little spoon, tiny spoon, and take out the seeds, create a little something in there where we can put some goodness. Okay, let's do another one. And then once I've scraped these out, I will, I'll wash these off, but you don't need to see me doing that. Alright, so I'm going to take my soaked cashews, and we're going to make like a cheesy, really simple cheesy filling for this. And then we're going to, I'm just going to take a little bit of the out to make the cheesy filling, and then we're going to add some extras to that to make like a kind of queso fresco dressing. So again, there's no recipe for any of this, so we're just doing it by taste. Okay, so I've got my fat and also a little bit of the old apple cider. So I want to make this almost like a kind of cheesy sour cream kind of deal. And you could use, if you wanted to use more sunflower seeds, obviously it would end up a different colour, but you could certainly use sunflower seeds for this. You could use macadamias if you wanted to as well. Actually, I'm going to leave that out. I might need that again in a minute. Salt. The old nooch, nutritional yeast. Okay, taste test for cheesiness. Not quite cheesy enough, but tastes good. Yeah. Oh man. Okay, so we'll put some of these on here. A couple more here. Looking good. Okay, we'll just put a little bit in each one. Some in there. A little bit more in there, not filling them up too much. Okay, so I've got all my little poppers popping. And I'm just going to put a little bit of chili powder on there. Remember, this chili powder isn't a hot one. Alright, so the rest of this, I'm going to take my red pepper and I'm going to de-seed. Oh, there's not any seeds in that one. She said. So I've got the rest of my poppers filling in there. Oh, look at that. Already, the seeds gone. Okay, we're going to get one of those in there. To go in there also, I think a little bit more apple cider vinegar to make it more of a dressing. Just a touch. Just a little. And a little bit more nutritional yeast. Now we've got some avocado as well. So, you know, if you I do well with a little bit of extra fat, especially if I've been traveling and not eating much. Then you know, if I'm in need of a little something to sustain me, then you know, definitely an avocado is always going to hit the spot. Looking for something kind of like that. All right. So we're going to do two little kind of romaine filled delicious things. Okay. Looking good. So we've used this one, this one, this one. Let's have some avocado in there as well. Look at that, perfect avocado. So this dressing, you know, there's lots here. This is going to last for, you know, easily 4 or 5 days. So, you know, not only have I made a meal here, but we've made, you know, enough of a few different ingredients to really include these in salads or, you know, a whole different bunch of meals for the rest of the week. Okay, we're going to finish off with some of these. And then we can just maybe put some of these in here. One, two, three, four, five. I think let's leave it as 5 on there. Odd numbers are always good. Okay, so there we have it. You know, I probably showing off a little bit there in terms of I went further than I thought I was going to. The intention with this video is to really just show you what's possible and just to show you that you don't need a recipe all the time. This is not the way I eat all the time by any means, but certainly what I do is to take some of these, you know, for these leftovers, I'll maybe chop up that romaine, maybe add a few more tomatoes, and I've got some amazing leftovers. So I'd really like you to be able to get to that place where you can, you know, make food like this without a recipe. And the only way to do that really is to, you know, whether it's looking at my recipes and practicing or whether it's somebody else's, is just to really stay plugged in and stay inspired and stay focused on, you know, why you're doing this and the food that you really love and enjoy. And I'd love if you join me in my membership area too. So if you would like to do that, there's a button on this page that you can click, add to cart, and it's going to take you through so that you can join up and see the details on that. So I'd love to have you in there. Either way, I hope you've enjoyed the video and I'll speak to you next time.